Someone will let you know.
ESPN's coverage of the 2012 NFL Draft is commercial-free for the rest of the hour. Presented to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go. And in part by GMC, the official vehicle of the NFL. And Nike. Fast is faster.
Welcome back to New York, everybody. Andrew Luck has now been selected by the Colts, the Washington Redskins. Are now on the clock because this was a pick originally owned by St. Louis, but they swapped their ones. It cost the Redskins a 2 this year, a 1 next year, a 1 after that, but they get to do the following. Pick this man, as announced by Commissioner Roger Goodell.
With the second pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Robert Griffin III, quarterback, Baylor.
Certainly excitement, if you like that, is coming to the nation's capital for head coach Mike Shanahan, general manager Bruce Allen, and the Skins, a team that won only 5 games last year, but interestingly enough, swept the Super Bowl champion Giants. The year before, what they beat the Super Bowl champion Packers. I guess they just got to play championship teams, and Griffin is ready to do that. Will he solve the quarterback problem in year 3 for Mike Shanahan, a young man who was 23-17 as a starter at Baylor? But if you want excitement, plays on the move, and the Redskins need all sorts of that at quarterback. They've really been trying with Coach Shanahan, Donovan McNabb, and Rex Grossman, and John Beck. Well, now, perhaps, they hope it's all changed, Coach.
No question, and a lot of people don't realize how much pressure is on Robert Griffin. They gave up a lot, the Washington Redskins. I give them credit to go get this young man and address a position where they desperately need help. Remember, this kid runs 4.3 on AstroTurf or grass. I don't care, that's fast. He's a difference maker the way he runs and creates plays. He's a great kid. He's coming from an offense that is totally different than the one he's going to run in Washington. I have a lot of confidence that this is the move that could push the Redskins back into business.
John, I think what led to this was the frustration within that organization of beating the Giants twice this year and nothing to show for it. Beating the Green Bay Packers 2 years ago, eventual Super Bowl champion, nothing to show for it. In a division with Michael Vick, Tony Romo, and Eli Manning, you got to keep up. You're going to be in a cellar year in and year out, even though you have some pretty good personnel in other spots. Look at RG3. 6'2" and 3/8. I don't usually talk about height that often, but 28 of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL are 6'2" or taller. He needed to be over 6'2". He was. You watch him this year, lighted up on the deep throws. That's Terrence Williams there, my #1 rated senior wide receiver going into this coming season. Talk about the red zone. 64.7%, 13 touchdowns, only 1 pick. John, you talked about the 4.3 speed. He has that hurdling background, more of a straight line guy, but a better pure passer coming out than Michael Vick was. Not the runner, the starter, the change of direction guy that Vick is. But Robert Griffin III can keep the chains moving. He can extend plays. And I'll tell you what, he's got some room. He can go 40, 50 yards for a touchdown in the NFL. Even in college, he did it. He'll do it in the NFL as well. RG3 to me, the simplistic offense, that run-and-shoot type offense, John, you talked about. How quickly will Mike Shanahan adjust to suit what he does best, like Carolina did for Cam Newton, will be critical. Throwing in the much tighter windows, how will he handle that? That'll be important moving forward. And he did it Baylor this year. Had very good talent around him. We're seeing the highlights. We're seeing guys making plays around the quarterback. Aaron Scanaway, the running back, and a pretty good wide receiver core as well.
And let's reiterate, they gave up the ranch to go get Robert Griffin. Remember, they took Heath Schuler in the first round, Patrick Ramsey in the first round, Jason Campbell in the first round, second rounder for Donovan McNabb. That's how much they gave up to get Griffin. 3 1s and a 2. and he comes from a bubble screen, high percentage pass offense. I want to reiterate that. I've never seen more quick, high percentage passes than I've seen at Baylor. Quick screen, bubble screen to the bottom of the screen. Over 30 of those this year. And after they get tired of throwing the bubble screen, they're going to fake that bubble screen, watch the top of your screen, and they're going to throw the ball to the receiver that's blocking and completely fool the defense. Then after doing that for a couple weeks, they're going to throw a bubble screen again to Kendall Wright at the bottom of the screen. And here comes the defense and another wide open score. And then with a game on the line against TCU, they're going to throw a bubble screen to Kendall Wright. He's going to throw it back to RG3. These are plays I don't see the Redskins running. The Baylor offense, as good as it was, is a different type of offense that he's going to learn in Washington.
Well, he's now learned what it's like to be in the spotlight in the NFL, because here he is, drafted second overall. He's in the Bud Light Blue Room with our Susie Culver. Suze?
Robert, 3 generations. What does it mean to have Griffin III on a Washington Redskins jersey?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, it means a lot to my dad, you know, his dad who's passed away. So, you know, taking the Griffin name somewhere it's never been before, and I take pride in having that third on the end of my name.
The Redskins gave up a whole lot to get you. You've always been a man with a plan. What's the plan?
You know, the plan is to go in day one and show the veterans that I'm there to work, not for show. You know, a lot of things you have to do in the league are business-like, but I want to show them that I'm all for them. I'm looking forward to winning football games and joining the team.
You're also a man who loves socks. Let's see what you've got in store for us tonight. And not only are they the colors of the Washington Redskins, but it's what your coach, Art Briles, always says. Don't just chase the dream, catch it, right?
Go catch that dream, because a lot of times when you chase something, you never catch it. So if you say, hey, I'm going to go catch my dream, you're already telling yourself that you're going to get it. And that's the message to all the kids out there.
Go get it. Boom.
All right, Susie, Robert, those look like the old Denver Broncos socks from the old AFL a little bit, don't they? Well, the more on the quarterbacks went 1-2 for only the 5th time in history, and do they all fare well? Well, yes and no. With the Cleveland Browns in a trade shortly ago with the Minnesota Vikings, now are the number 3 pick in the draft. They have a pick later on, number 22 overall. They're on the clock. Morton Adam, good evening.
Good evening, Boomer. And when you think about it, when you count the Rams trade with the Redskins, and now the Cleveland Browns can move from 4 to 3 in that trade with the Minnesota Vikings, we've already had significant movement here at the start of this draft and the order of it. And it's not over with. Now, the Minnesota Vikings are going to make their pick, but they were not interested in Trent Richardson, so they still have Bo Claiborne, LSU quarterback, Matt Quill, the USC tackle, as well as Justin Blackman sitting there. And so we're going to have more trades going forward, even though the Vikings are obviously going to make this pick right now. I think we're in for maybe 7 to 10 trades, Adam.
Well, Morton, it's going to be a busy first round here in the top 10 because Tampa Bay is going to talk to Jacksonville about trading up. Jacksonville wants to come up for Oklahoma State wide receiver Justin Blackman. The Buffalo Bills would like to come up for Matt Khalil if the Minnesota Vikings didn't pick him yet. It could be very busy, Bill.
Well, so the action fans are curious, and now the Cleveland Browns. Well, let's see what happens, but you know why they made this move. Because this could be once every now and then you get a guy like